In this lesson, the first thing that I wanted to do is set up my basic Bootstrap template. So this is my index page that I've already created, and I'm ready to go to start adding in my HTML code. So the first thing that I like to do is start with the doc type, and this is just basically indicating that we've got a document HTML5 type file here that we're going to be working with. Then open up the HTML tags, close those off. Start out by creating your head. So head tags, open and close. And then within here, I like to usually use some of the meta information. So I like to set the character set, so UTF-8. I also want to set the viewport. So the viewport is important, especially when web visitors come to view your web content on a mobile device or a different size screen. So this helps resize that screen to the device width. So default sets it to the device width and scales it to 1. So shrink to fit, no. So all of this stuff really does help out with how your content gets output within a mobile device. We should also always add in the XUA compatible, i.e. Edge. So this is for the new version of Internet Explorer. So if you have any compatibility issues, this will help out as well. And then of course, I like to include a title. So this is going to be Bootstrap website. And this is all we really need here within the head section. Now next, I'm going to set up the body tags. So I've got the spacing for the body information here. So what I wanted to do now is go over to Bootstrap and pick up some of the CDNs for Bootstrap 4. So let's open up our browser, go over to the Bootstrap website, and conveniently they've included the Bootstrap CDN here. So I'm just going to grab that. And so this is for the CSS library. And I'm going to bring that in. Now, we don't always necessarily need to include jQuery. So if you're just looking at using the Bootstrap classes and you don't want any of the jQuery component functionality, such as the modals and carousels and so on, then you don't have to include the Bootstrap jQuery. But for this case, I usually do like to include it, and in case I do want to have access to it, I've got it all set up and ready to go. So first of all, in order to include the Bootstrap JavaScript library, the Bootstrap library is based around jQuery, so we've got to access jQuery first. So we need to link to the jQuery library, first step to bring in the Bootstrap JavaScript, and then we've got the JavaScript file here as well, so we can bring that in. So this is bringing in all of that Bootstrap functionality, and there's actually going to be one other file that we need to bring in order to have it not throw any errors, and this is going to be a tether file. So this is available at cloudflare.com, and currently at the moment we do need this tether file because this Bootstrap JavaScript file is going to be looking for some of the pieces within tether, and tether is essentially used for tooltips. So if you're not using any of the tooltips in Bootstrap, and if you leave out the tether, you're going to see an error within your console, but everything else is still going to work properly. So the tether essentially is for additional functionality within your JavaScript Bootstrap library. So there we go. So we're all ready to go. We've created our default Bootstrap website, saved it. Now we can go over and we could take a look at it. And of course, we don't have any content in there as of yet. So this is coming up in the next lesson. That's where we're going to start working and adding some visual content for web visitors. So that's coming up.